I know exactly what they want. Exactly what they want. I know exactly what they want. Exactly what they want. Just be patient. My name is my name, power and glory, I never change. Stand on loyalty, remain the same. Say what you mean, speak on my name, you go to war with me. We move the same, you think that it's for me. Running the game, kicking the door with me, all through the pain, the snow, the rain, the ups and downs. My name did more for me, y'all keep the fame. I want the glory, been that nigga, bitches never ignored me. Rich in spirit, little bitch can't afford me. They want static, fix it with a 4G, red beam on it. You think I'm recording, kicking front doors, you try to backdoor me. We are not a gang, bitch, we an army. Book a den, you know I don't tell stories. Keep it 100 in the lightning, you niggas fake baby K name Adonis. Mini Drake, clip curl, but somehow I can shoot it straight. Insta clip, I can shoot 4 minutes straight. Turn this to the Super Bowl if I need to. I can hit your chief up with an eagle. Set you up on the score, but they lied to you. Why you letting them niggas mislead you? My name is my name, power and glory, I never change. Stand on loyalty, remain the same. Say what you mean, speak on my name, you go to war with me. We move the same, you think that it's for me. Running the game, kicking the door with me, all through the pain, the snow, the rain, the ups and downs. My name did more for me. My name is my name, power and glory, I never change. Stand on loyalty, remain the same. Say what you mean, speak on my name, you go to war with me. We move the same, you think that it's for me. Running the game, kicking the door with me, all through the pain, the snow, the rain, the ups and downs. My name did more for me. You won't see it coming, I move like a crook, a thief in the night. So watch what you put, my aim precise. These bullets 12 inches long, a block away I could take off the foot. Don't ask me no questions if you know my stance. Bitch, I'm the man, so thanks in advance. They mean a rifle on top of a tripod. If they ever tell you I was taking a stand, they got run up on me, but I'm way too advanced. Spinning with choppers, turn you into a fan. Can show you the steps, but won't hold your hands. They thought they could stop me, it ain't go as planned. How I get this far? Cause I took a chance. Really got ranked, keeping it a band. This ain't what you think, better think again. This ain't what you think, you better think again. My name is my name, power and glory, I never change. Stand on loyalty, remain the same. Say what you mean, speak on my name, you go to war with me. We move the same, you think that it's for me. Running the game, kicking the door with me, all through the pain, the snow, the rain, the ups and downs. My name did more for me. My name is my name, power and glory, I never change. Stand on loyalty, remain the same. Say what you mean, speak on my name, you go to war with me. We move the same, you think that it's for me. Running the game, kicking the door with me, all through the pain, the snow, the rain, the ups and downs. My name did more for me. Went to war with the real, the fake, the snake, the mobsters. Blame it on y'all, y'all created this monster. Went to war with the real, the fake, the snake, the mobsters. Blame it on y'all, y'all created this monster. Went to war with the real, the fake, the snake, the mobsters. Blame it on y'all, y'all created this monster. Went to war with the real, the fake, the snake, the mobsters. Blame it on y'all, y'all created this monster.
Look at this, John. Look at this, John. Right.
Fully that nigga. Truth be told, I'm a noble figure. Local niggas, they be so offended. White West world, it's global business.
Hold on. Let me ask y'all a question. All y'all niggas in the same school and all that?
Hell, fuck yeah.
So none of y'all niggas smoke weed? Fuck no.
Don't fold if you say you win it. I was molded to it, now I'm it. Can't control, just the highest limit. Killer shit, but just an honest living. Gotta get it, ain't no time for wishing. The time is now, better pay attention. In my city, you can feel the tension. A terror squad, no pun intended. This ain't for you, but I recommend it. They know we coming, better clear the entrance. Shit get deep, but I keep digging. This how I look when you keep winning. Over time, I had to take the hint. Shine bright, sit behind the scenes. One-on-one, I ain't in the mix. Ain't what you thought, better get a glimpse. Came up from a pedal bike. Pressing brakes, I ain't never liked. Whole time, I was taking risks. They don't play with me, cause they know I'm going nice. Round form, I ain't even started. Transform, I ain't here to bargain. You on watch, better move a caution. Chains on me, I don't do this often. No error, this shit flawless. Reach for it, you become a target. It ain't worth it, better keep walking. All I know is survival. All this fashion is tribal. Want the head of my rival. This about to go viral. I say the word, then it's final. To get the moving like Brian told. I'm just living my title. Do this shit with my eyes closed. All I know is survival. All this fashion is tribal. Want the head of my rival. It's about to go viral. Say the word, then it's final. Get the moving like Brian told. I'm just living my title. Do this shit with my eyes closed. Don't wanna hear all that street shit. Me and my niggas on defense. Wonder who I was in my past life. Don't even matter, that peep this. Remember the days when I was a trooper. Stay on the path and it won't confuse you. Far as all, I'm the one to do it. I roll on eights like a flight maneuver. Try to trick me, I ain't never moving. Camouflage, I can blend into it. They better ride, I don't do the Ubers. Let them talk, I don't hear the rumors. A little suffer ain't really nothing. The way I stop it, better play the trumpet. You see me coming, better get the running. If they see me coming, better get the running. You ain't never seen it, you ain't never witnessed, you ain't never noticed, you ain't never focused. I was really waiting, I was really training. Sick and tired of being patient. I ain't never doubted, this was in the making. Use what I got, not in the waste. A rapping and singing can never drink it, but I'm from the bottom, so I gotta make it. This ain't rapping, it's a damn warning. Late night to the early morning. Got a vision, I planned it out. Try to stop me, but I kept going. I study plays, now I'm in the game, and it's all the same, but I had to change. You'll never crash if you in your lane. I can take the law, cause it's all a game.
Yo, when Casamigos being English? Drunk.
All I know is survival. All this fashion is tribal. Want the head of my rival. This about to go viral. Say the word, then it's final. To get the moving like Brian told. I'm just living my title. Do this shit with my eyes closed. All I know is survival. All this fashion is tribal. Want the head of my rival. It's about to go viral. Say the word, then it's final. Get the moving like Brian told. I'm just living my title. Do this shit with my eyes closed.
Hold on. Be careful out, you hear me? Be careful. Watch your damn feet. You hear me? You ain't no Christians out here. Watch yourself when something happen to you out. Watch yourself.
Trying just to crash out. Wet full of crash dumps. 10 racks in the wheel. That was on gas money. Chopper got a round of applause if they act funny. I be here, you know, with a crown, but I'm still hungry. Never was the type to be a lie. Let's get the business straight. I pray you niggas get me cross the line, then we demonstrate. I ain't even wanna rap, but damn, we could use the bag. Talking about how I used to be that boy that was in the past. Played the cut, jumped up in my bag. Let's see who gon' last. See the snakes, and you let it slide, you ain't cut the grass. If we can't be friends, then fuck it, let's be enemies. Niggas weird, catching attitudes, bitch tendencies. They say they looking for me, I'm in the mix, where the winners mix. Playmaker, trying to get a sack, different energy. I don't like it, and you see why. I'm launching like Eli. The world on my back with 2 clips in my Levi's. Steady sitting high, I can tell you where the angels live. I don't give a fuck of who you are, I feel like David did. Story ain't nothing shorter than glory, man, I came to win. All my life I knew I was something special, they hated it. Pressure bust pipes, I hold it down like an anchor. Never see myself as a regular, I had to change up. Shout out to the powers above that show me the ropes. With the same rope I haters rap shit by the throat. Don't ever get me involved with the he say, she say. Cause I'ma think none of y'all official. Then I press play. Living by law, by a code, by a structure. Niggas think they swifter till the hawk meet the hunter. I owe this to the Lord and I put that on my cover. Never try my honor, father, never switch up on my brothers. Never try to imitate, eliminate anything that's in the way. Reciprocate, you draw, we gon' illustrate. Let's demonstrate, you lost, we gon' celebrate, you featherweight. I can't even resonate, I separate myself and I got activated. They was fascinated, how I broke it down and renovated. I was underestimated, clearly.
Westworld.
You already know what it is, Shalom. West forever, yeah.
I mean, you ain't gotta pay no price to buy no corners. Since when do we buy corners? We take corners.
Man, you won't buy one way or another. Whether it's if the bodies we don't lost, or you're gonna lose. Time in the joint is behind us or ahead of us. I mean, you gonna get some shit in this game, but it ain't shit for free. I mean, how many corners do we need? How much money can a nigga make?
More than a nigga can spend.
And then we ain't gonna be around to spend what we done made already.
Shit, I think I can be alone this long.
Yeah. Well, we here.
Yeah. I know a nigga murked his own man 'cause he was fucking on his bitch. He got booked, now she's sick. She out here sucking all these. Told my young boy to chill 'cause he was hitting all these licks. Now he resisted, now we 6 feet. He was thinking with his dick. Better hearken, youngin' man. I'm dropping gems, they call me old school. Gon' fed on the gram and who you shot and who you gon' shoot. 600-page indictment, nigga, what you gon' do? Up top, what them lifers, you don't fight, all you do is shoot. I know them crackers mad as hell because they wanna see us dead. Plotting all the minds, holding counsel just to stay ahead. This one was, this forever. We gon' paint them nations red. If you not under this banner, then you all do's mad. Man, I'm from the trenches, they ain't know it show us love. All we know is extensions in the way you throw a slug. We done made a move on you and we don't care who it was. On the gram, I saw my youngest send a nigga up above. You would've thought me and the squad was fatigued, how we run shit. Better yet, that's all block. Better yet, that's all strip. My general said if it's not one West, then it's not legit. Fuck every cracker, go to their grave and go and take a piss. Mama, I'm the Israelite, I'm pulling strings like Santana. Gotta peep the blitz because in that mix it get bananas. I adapted to it. Right before the skis and went bandanas. I'm the big bad wolf, come down your chimney like I'm Santa. Pussy nigga said that was gonna slide, they ain't shit. Got a couple hammers in the ride, don't make me bang shit. Got a couple crackers on my mind, I'm trying to hang shit. Yeah, I'm in the field, I'm still pissed about the slave ships. Daniela got some big shit to make a rain flip. This pump turn you to an acrobat with these backflips. Mom said 12s at you questions, but not say shit. Mom said those neighbors at you questions, but not say shit. I'm true to this. Ask your old head, I ain't new to this, I'm too legit. If one West world and we running this, I'm gunning it. Advise every cracker to be intelligent, irrelevant. For all them fake cancer, we ain't marching with. This clip that I got like holy water, I'm trying to throw it on you. You pledge your allegiance to them snakes, they turn for you on you. Pillhead / crash dumps, I keep it real with you. You told me you don't trust none of them niggas, and that's a real issue. I don't give a fuck, you wantin' beef for what you all did. That before they sign the same words that Paul said. Clip full of racist motherfuckers, it got bald heads. This shit that I got dumping at your ear like some skull heads. Why you trying to claim the same rank that your man's did? Y'all was sign lacking, main reasons why your guys dead. Always gotta keep one in the head before I go to bed. Fuck a DJ Khaled, this one West, this what God did, nigga. One West world. Nah, we coming, nigga. Not tripping. Tighten the fuck up, you heard?
All right, Shalom. Shalom. Hit that one if you can hear me. I'm just trying to make sure my sound is good. Let me pause this. Just make sure. Why is this thing so good? Just trying to make sure the sound is good. Hit the one if you can hear me. All right, hit the one if you can hear me. I don't think y'all can hear me. Let me see. All right, y'all can hear me. Most time Christ. All right, Shalom. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah Thumb to all the brothers. Yahweh Shemar Thumb Shem Yahweh Shah to all the sisters. You understand? Also, Double Shop is running a little bit late, so I'm gonna hold it down for him until he gets into class. If y'all have any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. I'll do my best to answer them. You understand? If I can't get an answer, then I'll ask the question to a brother that can help me. All right. So if I could get some brothers to hit the link, join me in the live chat. In the live stream. You know what I'm saying? Help me with some scriptures and all that. The StreamYard link is in the comments, as well as the sign-in sheet for class. Make sure you're signing in for class. All right, make sure you are signing in for class if you want your credits for your Hebrew name. I know it's a few people in mind right now that got a Hebrew name coming. You want to make sure that you keep checking in. Make sure that you keep track of your sign-ins. Okay. All right. So first thing we're gonna do, man. This is the brotherhood class. You understand? First thing you need to know about the Bible is that the Bible is all about brotherhood. All right. It's about unity with blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. That's all that the Bible has ever been about. It's about us coming together and separating from our enemies. It's about us serving our God, our power. You know what I'm saying? The power of the Israelites. And the only way that can happen is if the Israelites are ruling. Because if the Israelites are not ruling, then we're under subjugation of any nation and whatever God they serve. Understand? The only way blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians can serve the Most High God of the Bible is if we take this kingdom. You understand? We take rulership, and the only way we can do that is if we gather together. You understand? So you already know, man. We're going to Zephaniah chapter 2, verse 1. Let me get there real quick. Right. All right, the book of Zephaniah, chapter 2, verse 1. This is in the King James Bible. All right, so if you have a King James Bible, feel free to follow along. You know what I'm saying? If you don't have the King James Bible, you know what I'm saying, you're used to reading the NIV, you can still follow along, but I highly suggest that you get a King James Version Bible, preferably a 1611 version. If not, just your standard King James Bible. You understand? Because that was the Bible that's the Bible that we use in the I.S.U.P.K, because it was translated out of the original languages. You understand? It says, and even says it, even looking at it right here on my Bible, it says the Old and New Testaments translated out of the original tongues and with the former translations diligently compared and revised. You understand? Because that's all that took place is somebody studied the Greek and the Hebrew and rewrote it in English. And you can go and get your Bible concordance, and that will what's the word? That will confirm the accuracy between this King James Bible and the Greek and Hebrew, Old and New Testament. All right, so Zephaniah chapter 2, verse 1. Gather yourselves together. Yea, gather together. O nation not desired. You understand? You got to ask yourself, as a Black, Hispanic, or Native Indian man, woman, or child, you got to ask yourself, who is this talking to? You saying, what nation is not desired? There's plenty of nations on the earth. All right. There's tons of nations on the earth. But there's a nation that is not desired. Who's not desired? Everybody, wants a piece of being East Indian. You understand? That's why they get the henna ink on their hands. You understand? They do the little drawing on their hands with the ink. That's why they they do the those meditations that the East Indians do. You understand? Everybody want to be Buddhist. That's why they got the shrines and the stones. They got they collect stones and stuff, and you know what I'm saying. They got the incense. You understand? Copying after Buddhists, the Moabites. You understand? Everybody want to do karate and stuff. Everybody loves every other nation. Everybody wants to serve Caesar Borgia. Everybody wants to take part in America's traditions and holidays. Everybody wants to, keep track of these zodiac signs and horoscopes. All of these things, right? Everybody loves every other nation, but there's a nation that's not desired. And this Bible is telling that nation to gather together. Who could that nation be, man? It can be nobody else but Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, because nobody wants to be us. Everybody wants a part of our greatness, but they don't want to be us, and they don't want us around. You understand? They'll use us and abuse us for all of our creativity, all our athleticism, all of our leadership capabilities. Everything that makes us great, they'll use us for that. But outside of that, they rather see you in a grave. They'd rather see you in a grave or in a cell, which is no different. You understand? Or on drugs, strung out on drugs. This Bible is talking to those people. You name me any other nation that's undesired, like Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. You understand? All right. So again, from the top, gather yourselves together. Yea, gather together, O nation not desired, before the decree break forth. Hey, shalom, Jaheim Shalaki. Y'all about some y'all break it.
You want me to get it for you, sir?
Yeah, you can go ahead and you got it already?
Where you at?
Zephaniah 2:1. I'll continue. I'll let you know if we can jump in. Before the decree bring forth, before the day pass as the shaft, before the fierce anger of the Lord come upon you, before the day of the Lord's anger come upon you. You understand? Listen, we are behind the ball. Blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians, you wonder why your neighborhoods are impoverished. You wonder why you at the bottom of every society, no matter where you are in the world. You wonder why everybody hates your stinking guts. You understand? You wonder why that people just look at you as a slave and nothing else. Is because the anger of the Lord is against us, man. We pissed the Lord off, in other words. You understand? We didn't do what the Most High said to do, and He's angry for it. Look at these other people. Like these other people, they do whatever they want. They can live whatever lifestyle they want to live. They can eat whatever they want to eat. You understand? They can unalive people at the tune of thousands, and no one cares. Nothing happens. You understand? They can become president and they're criminals. You understand? They can rule a whole entire nation even though they're criminals. You understand? Meanwhile, we break the least commandment. We break the smallest commandment. You understand? Like making somebody work on the Sabbath. You understand? We break a small commandment, like who knows? Like you know what I mean? Just I don't know, because none of the commandments are small in my eyes. You know what I'm saying? They all are greatly equal. You know what I mean? You must keep all of them. But we go off and we do one little thing, you know, slip up one time. It's thousands of stories about it in the Bible. How one brother slipped up one time and it cost the entire nation to lose, to fail. You understand? Everybody didn't sin against the Most High, but we all went on slave ships. So, you know, it's time that we come together. All right. Let me drop that. Give me Zephaniah 2:11.
Con. This the book of Zephaniah, chapter 2, verse 11. The Lord will be terrible unto them.
Mm-hmm. Unto who? Who is it talking about? We already got the oh, hold on, Salaki. You understand? Give me 9.
Con.
Verse 9.
Zephaniah chapter 2, verse 9. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, surely Moab shall be as Sodom.
Now digest that real quick. The God of Israel. You understand? This is not the God of everybody. That's important to understand. That's why I said in the beginning, the only way that we can serve our God is if we come together and start to serve him. Not how the heathens say to serve him. Not how Al Sharpton says to serve him. You understand? We have to do it according to this Bible. Because this is the only record that we have of our God. This Bible. I know green screen kind of messing it up, but this is the only record we have of our God. So, like, for you to go off on something else, saying that, you know, this is how God is, or this is what God believes, or this is what God wants me to do, and it's not in this Bible, you off. You understand? You're absolutely wrong, and you need somebody to teach you how to follow God, because it's written in this Bible, nowhere else. All right, read.
Con. And the children of Ammon as Gomorrah.
Now, these children, these people that they're talking about, right? Moab and Ammon, you know what I'm saying? These are other nations, namely the Chinese and Japanese and, you know, the Asian nations. That's what it's talking about. Read on.
Even the breeding of nettles.
The breeding of nettles.
Even the breeding of nettles and salt pits.
Give me nettles. See if you can find that. You have a Bible dictionary?
Oh, I got a compact one, but I don't got it on me right now, sir.
Okay. You got the Blue Letter Bible on your phone or something?
Con.
Yeah, give me nettles. What you always want to do is, you know, make sure that when it comes to studying the Bible, you want to know what you're reading. You know what I'm saying? You want to know what these words are. I know it could be confusing because it's written in the Old English, but it's important to know these words. If you come across words you don't know, look it up, because that's going to help you understand the Bible. It's going to help you understand what it's talking about. Instead of just saying, oh, no, I need the NIV to understand this. You understand? That you're allowing for Satan to deceive you. You understand? By going with whatever he tells you inside of another book. Instead of just going off of this book that's already translated from one language to another, all you got to do is look up what that word means. And I'll do you one better. The Blue Letter Bible allows you to look up the Hebrew word for it. So you can go and find the Hebrew word for that word and find what it means. And now you know. You got it?
Slovakia, not yet, sir.
I'll give it to you. It's right here. I got it. It's a kind of weed. It says, right? It says meaning to be prickly or properly pointed, a bramble or other thorny weed. Right. So think of like you ever picked a rose, and the stem of that rose has those thorns on it. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like that. Well, other flowers, there's plenty of flowers that have needles that, so you know what I'm saying, like it has needles poking out of the stem or out of the leaf. You know what I'm saying? But that nettle is like needles. All right. And what else? What was the other word? Salt pits.
Yes.
And the perpetual desolation. Huh?
Nah, I was answering what you had said. What was the other word?
Right. You understand? Salt pits and perpetual desolation. Like these are things that are, I guess I would say, like uncomfortable to touch. You understand? Like salt in a wound is uncomfortable to touch. You understand? Perpetual desolation is what it's talking about. All right, keep going.
Con. And a perpetual desolation.
Which is
The
destruction, or destruction or waste. You know what I'm saying? Like a wasteland. Like when a land is desolate, it's wasted. There's nothing there. There's nobody there. There's no vegetation. There's no hydration. None of that. It's just desolate. All right, keep going.
residue of my people shall spoil them.
Right. The residue of my people shall spoil them. This is a separation, man. When it says my, that's a possessive word. My meaning it belongs to me. All right. The Most High is calling the Israelites, which is what we was reading about in the first place. You understand? Gathering together. It's talking about his people. All right. Keep going.
Con. And the remnant of my people shall possess them.
Keep
Verse
going.
10. This shall they have for their pride.
Right. You understand? We the Most High wants his people to rule the earth. Salakia, shalom. Yahweh Shem Yahshua Brakatah, Sitawashah.
Hey, shalom, y'all, bro. What's going on with?
Not much, sir. You want to take over?
I'm about to have, if you could, I ain't want to just jump right in and cut in what you was talking about. Just if you could, just 2 more minutes, if that's too wild.
Right. Yeah, no sweat, sir.
All right, I appreciate it, Ward.
No sweat. All right. So, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, the Most High wants his people to rule the earth, man. And when it says we're gonna take them into our possession, we're gonna own them. All right. This Bible is all the way through. It's all about God's people and their rulership in the earth. That's what it's all about. That's what the Lord wants us to do. That's why he chose us to serve him. He chose us to serve him and said, if you obey me, I'll set you on high above all nations of the earth. Deuteronomy 28 and 15. Or it's like Deuteronomy 28 and 1. You understand? That's what it was about. All you got to do is serve the Most High. And instead of being at the bottom, you'll be at the top. Keep going.
Con. Because they have reproached and magnified themselves against the people of the Lord of hosts.
Right. Yeah, they read that part again. They reproached and what?
They have reproached and magnified themselves against the people of the Lord of hosts.
Yeah, man. They made themselves as if they were better than us. You understand? That's what Moab do. You go into their stores, they treat you like garbage. Treat you like you don't have any money, like you're a broke, dirty, ghetto child. You understand? Y'all seen that story with that little boy went into the Chinese restaurant. They held him hostage. Held the boy hostage, man. You understand? And then another story with the sister going in there. They mess up her hair or mess up her nails or something. She's like, I'm not paying for no messed up nails. Hey, hit her upside the head with a broomstick. Like these people treat you like you're nothing, and like they're better than you. The East Indians do it too. The Africans do it too. Every other nation does it. And matter of fact, we're gonna read about, if I could, sir, this would be the last verse that I read, because this is important. Because
get down with
with blacks and Hispanics, or black people more so, well, Hispanics too, we love to tie ourselves with these other nations, and especially these so-called Africans. You understand? So keep going.
Come, verse 11. The Lord will be terrible unto them.
The Lord will be terrible unto them. That's why we say in the I.S.U.P.K, man, we don't have to, our warfare is not carnal. You understand? Our warfare is spiritual. All we got to do is serve the Most High, and He'll send the coronavirus. He'll send the monkeypox. He'll send the next plague that destroys thousands of them. Y'all seen how many of them East Indians was sent to the morgue? You know, so they wasn't even sending them to the morgue no more. They was just throwing their bodies out in the field and putting them on fire, burning up hundreds of bodies at a time because of COVID-19. The Lord did that. You understand? The Lord will be terrible. I just seen a video today. Some boulder fell down the hill and crushed his car somewhere in Pakistan or India or something. You understand? Who you think does that? You understand? Ain't no Wile E. Coyote at the top of the hill pushing the rock off the hill. That's the Most High, man. All right. Keep going.
For he will famish all the gods of the earth.
He's going to famish all the gods of the earth. You know what I'm saying? Those gods are nothing, which is why he told you, have no other God before me. You're not supposed to have any other God over the Most High, because those guys are nothing anyway. All right, and he's going to destroy those guys. That's what it means when he says famish. Like when you have a famine, it's like no food. You know what I'm saying? The food is gone, is desolate, for lack of better words. You understand? That's what he's going to do to these guys. Get rid of them. All right, keep going.
And men shall worship him.
Yeah, and everybody's gonna worship the Most High. You understand? Yeah, everybody. You understand? The Israelites and the other nations, everybody's gonna worship the Most High God. You understand? Because He is the only God. But the better part is He's our God. He's our power. All right, keep going.
Every one from his place. Even all the isles of the heathen.
Keep going. Even the heathen. See what I'm saying? It said it just right there. Even the isles of the heathen. You understand? Isle is like it's similar to the word island. You know what I'm saying? It's just a place where they are, wherever they are, even if they on an island or a country. You know what I'm saying? Wherever they at, all those isles of the heathens too. All right, keep going.
Verse 12. Ye Ethiopians also.
Well, the Ethiopians also, man. The Ethiopians, you ain't getting away. All right, you Ethiopians had played a huge role in our captivity, in our desolation. And so you played a huge role. You boast yourself over us, and now you're starving somewhere. You understand? Now you and you know, I don't understand this. Somebody might can help me out. I don't understand how they belly so big but they hungry. I don't get that. But I digress. All right, you Ethiopians also. What's gonna happen to the Ethiopians, man? Read.
Ye shall be slain.
Shall be what?
Ye shall be slain.
No, you shall be hugged.
Slain.
No, you shall be kissed and
slain.
Caressed. You shall be slain. Keep going.
By my sword.
Yeah, the Most High is going to destroy you, man. This is in the Bible. These ain't my words. All we have to do is serve the Most High. And stop serving the Ethiopians. Stop serving the Ugandans. You understand? Stop giving your life over to these Hamites. Black people, you are not African. You are not Hamites. You are the Israelites. You are God's 12 tribes. You understand? The lost 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. All right. And with that, man, I pass the class over to Officer Thawshad.
Damn right, man. Y'all give it up. Give it up. Clap it up. I mean, that brother's bringing the truth to light. You know what I'm saying? As we do in every single class, man. So the Water Warrior, Officer I.S.U.P.K, live up to his name to the fullest. You know what I mean? That boy is never not working. You know what I mean? And that's how it should be. You know what I mean? For every Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian coming into this truth, coming into this life, right? This work never stops. It never, ever, ever stops. You got to understand that the odds are against us. And the powers that be, they're making sure that they don't lose out on their power. You know what I'm saying? So we got to make sure that we go 10 times harder, extra hard, and getting our power on our side so things can be right for us. So things can go in their rightful place as they should be. All right. Officer I.S.U.P.K, I don't know if you hopping off or you staying on with me.
I'm staying on, sir. I'm just if I could grab a water real quick.
Okay, no sweat, no sweat. Because there's two things I want to grab, two articles I want to grab. And I know you got access to that. All right.
Con, just let me know, sir.
All right, the Water Warrior. All right, so of course, Tuesday night Brotherhood class. Every single Tuesday we broadcast live. We all over Florida, you know what I mean? But the main focal point will be Central Florida and Orlando, Florida, to be exact. All right. We also in the library. You can catch us in the library in 211 East Acton Avenue, Kissimmee, Florida, every single Tuesday from 6:30 to 8:30. Make sure you subscribe to the channel I.S.U.P.K Orlando. All right. So I know we usually have the questions up, being that I was a little jammed up at the slavery. We don't have the questions up for this week, which sucks because I would like the questions to be up, but it's probably too late. Which I think, I don't know. If it's too late, let me know. If it's not too late, then let me know that as well too. But if anything, next week I'll post another set of questions so that way you have an opportunity to win. All right. Major news, right? I know often people want to come to us and debate all type of stuff, talk about whether or not Joseph is the father of Christ, trying to turn this truth into some sort of spookism, right? Trying to turn into any type of belief, any Black belief at that, right? And making it about metaphysics and connecting with yourself and being spiritual and all that stuff. And oftentimes we don't hear about the stuff that matters. The things that affect us on a day-to-day level within our communities often get looked past, right? They breeze right past us. We don't look at those things as high news, right? We look at stuff as that's going on in the entertainment world with these celebrities and who's breaking up with who. We all hopping on the podcast talking about how niggas ain't shit, talking about how the Black woman ain't shit. Ain't nobody looking at the threat that is upon us, right? And we are faced with a great amount of danger, right? And now, of course, I'm not trying to fearmonger none of y'all. None, we know ain't no schizophrenics around here, none of that, right? What I'm trying to give you is facts, right? How many of y'all heard of this sister name? What's this sister name? I.S.U.P.K, you there? You back from grabbing your water? Let me see if I can, I'm gonna post this sister real quick. Give me 1 second, y'all. 1 second, bear with me. All right. Okay. This sister right here. I don't know if you back off sides is not yet. All right.
I'm back.
You back? Oh sweat. Can you pull up the article that we posted in the chat? If you can grab the one about the sister in Orlando.
Come.
And then if you can pull up the neo-Nazis as well. How many of y'all heard of this sister right here, or at least heard of this story? If y'all can type it in the chat, if anybody could. Anybody hear about this?
I heard about this story. I didn't hear about the sister. I mean, once
Right.
I heard about the story, I figured out who she was.
Kind. Right. In essence, I'm asking, about the story, right? Like, how many of us actually heard this across the news stations or the news channels or being trendy on certain topics? How many of us heard this story before, right? And this is recent, right? If I'm not mistaken, this happened, 3 days ago, 2 days ago? Or at least the body was found 3 days ago or so, right? Anybody can comment in the chat, right? Officer Atizar said he recently heard about this, right? Can anybody tell me if y'all heard about this? Right? Whenever you're ready, if you got the article, if you can read it or display it on the display it on the live if you're able to.
Okay, I'm getting it right now.
Okay, the water. In the meantime, I want to see if somebody can tell me. Right? No, not at all. Right? That's an honest answer. Right? Crystal Morris says no, she hasn't heard of it. All right. And here is the issue, right? And there's no fault at nobody if you have not came across this story. I'm not saying that you're being slack on wanting to know what's going on with amongst Black people and amongst our community. It's just that things like this is not being broadcast as major news, right? Because as our side to read out this article, they rule her passing as a suicide, right? Can I say suicide, Itazab? Is that
No? They don't want you to say that.
okay?
I guess they ruled it as she took her own life.
Okay, the water word. That's even better, right? They ruled the case as if she took her own life. Right now, there is many things going on amongst us as a people, right? Many issues, many mental issues, financial issues. And yes, oftentimes, sometimes it may come across where our people feel overwhelmed, and some individuals feel as if the only necessary thing to do is to take their own life, right? But not often do we hear about, when it comes to that point, do you hear about somebody going to a tree, tying a noose, putting it around their neck as a form of taking their life. Now, I'm not saying that it can't be a possibility, but that's not something that's very common amongst Black people if we were to do something like that. All right? Now, this situation that happened right here in Orlando, right, not too long ago, they ruled the case as a suicide. They ruled it. Now, if you could, Offside Desire, you could read the story about Michelle.
Come on. Yolna Lubrin found dead hanging from a tree in Orlando, Florida. Suicide case.
Oh, my bad. You had to lay out. My bad. Hold on. Let me get. You had it up. My bad. I changed the layout. Can you pull it back up?
You want to get us all up there at the same time?
Yeah, and just has the article displayed as well too.
Okay, hold on.
My bad.
No, you good.
Right. Sister Makara said la Trooper Mashah said no, sir, never. Right? This is something that they brush under the rug. Right? Because it's ruled as a suicide, we don't second guess the circumstances. Right? We don't consider all the factors that could be put in place that could possibly cause this sister to lose her life. Right? This is not no coincidence. Like I mentioned, right? If somebody feels that necessary in taking their life, it's not often done through wanting to hang yourself with a noose in a tree in a public location. You get what I'm saying?
If I may,
especially for a black person. Go ahead. My bad.
Nah, like that's the big point. Like in a public place,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying? Like if somebody was to take their life, by hanging themselves, typically from what we have seen, it's done in their home.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's done like in their room or something.
Right.
This is not normal. And I don't want to like jump the gun or nothing, because I do want you to talk about it more. But like as I was reading this in my mind, I'm thinking, for one, I guarantee she did wherever she was at, it was not near her home, and two, it was probably in a predominantly white neighborhood.
You know what I mean?
But
now this is something
that's just me asserting.
Nah, Khan, listen, this is something that they can open the case wide open with.
Mm-hmm.
Right? They gotta investigate all factors, because they don't want this something to be out on the forefront, displayed, you know what I mean, to ruffle the feathers of the black community. They'll quickly rule it as as her taking her life. All right. When the truth of the matter is, there's many things that we can consider before we ever can think that could be the case, especially in a public area, right? So let's read that real quick.
Kind. Y'all, you can help me with the name if I'm saying it wrong. Y'all know.
Man, listen, I don't even know, but they gave her nickname too in the article as well.
Okay, yeah, I remember seeing the nickname. I just don't remember what it was. All right, so I think Yo-Yo, that's what it is. Yo-Yo. So Yona Lubrin found dead hanging from a tree in Orlando, Florida. Suicide case. And this story is from September 30th, 2023.
Right, not too long ago, right? September 30th, right? Read on.
Okay. Orlando is reeling from a deeply unsettling incident that has left the community in shock and mourning.
Why is that? Why would somebody be shocked in seeing that, right? Now, of course, it's something as severe as that is shocking, especially if you're a family member. But to have their body on display in that magnitude to where everybody sees, you got to question some things. You have to, right? Read on.
Okay. Yona Lubrin, affectionately known as Yo-Yo, was tragically discovered dead, hanging from a tree at the intersection of Westmoreland Drive and Livingston Street.
Right. If I'm not mistaken, if anybody's familiar with Orlando, that would be quite near downtown. If you could help me out.
Khan, sir, is actually probably a few blocks from that soccer stadium, and Livingston and Westmoreland is a prime intersection. Like that ain't no side street.
Right. So, it's not no just a community street or just a small neighborhood. It's on the main intersection where traffic is flowing through.
Wow.
Because Westmoreland is one of the main. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Nah. Go ahead. You got it.
Westmoreland is one of the main streets that cuts through downtown Orlando. It's Westmoreland, and then it's Paramore. Like they run like east and west from each other, just like how you have Orange Blossom Trail and John Young.
Right.
That's how Westmoreland and Paramore run. So whatever street that intersects Westmoreland is like right there on the corner. So
that sounds pretty alarming.
Yeah.
Right. On the main intersection, a busy intersection at that. Go ahead, Soldier.
Yeah, it sounds like somebody's trying to make an example.
It's
Sounds like
beginning somewhere.
somebody. Sounds like someone was trying to put somebody on display. Put this sister on display.
We getting somewhere, Itazal. They might want to put you on the case. I don't know. Seems like OPD is slacking. I mean, what's going on, Governor DeSantis? Aren't you the governor of the state of Florida? If you could read on.
The circumstances surrounding her passing remain shrouded in mystery.
It's a mystery, right? Don't nobody know why. Don't nobody know when, where, what was going on. Right? All they seen, all of a sudden, driving down that intersection or walking on that intersection, a black body hanging from a tree. Right? Read on.
If I could. It looks like it's like 2 churches on that corner.
Okay, what you got it pulled up on Google? Oh man, are you able to display that on the joint or nah?
Yeah, I could do like a. I guess I could do like a screenshot and then screen share.
Okay, if you're able to. All right, and if I'm not mistaken as well, Paramore around that region, and Trooper Canal, you can help me out with this. Is one of the first predominant black neighborhoods in Orlando, besides I think Edgewater.
So lock it, sir.
Go ahead.
That's right around one of the oldest. It's two old neighborhoods over there. One of them is Callahan, which is right there by Livingston and Westmoreland, and the other one is what they call Beirut, Carver Court. And to say this, just to throw that out there are tons of, I ain't gonna say tons, but there's more like hundreds of people walking there day and night, homeless. You got drug dealers that hang around that area, and you just got people that live in that area just walking day and night. When I say walking day and night, I ain't being like over exaggerate. I'm telling you, they walk day and night or riding a bicycle day and night. I used to be over that way.
And look at that, no witnesses. Right?
That's strange.
A mystery?
Yeah, that's strange.
Yeah, how is this a mystery? Right? And it's at a significant area too for black people, right? Or at least the black people in Orlando. You get what I'm saying? I just about to pull up the intersection, right? The sister said they just had the KKK protest. Damn right, she on it, right? They might have to hire you, sis, to investigate. All right. And after you pull that up, are you able to pull up a brother named Navon Barker?
Okay.
Whenever you can.
Okay. I'm pulling it up right now. My computer's just going slow, man.
All right. Nah, no sweat. Right. If anybody who's familiar with Orlando should know, right? But we're showing this for people that may not, be too familiar or not around here, can take a look of this area. So we can show you it's just not a residential area, right? This is a place of high commute, right? With people, constant traffic, constant foot traffic, auto cars. People is commuted across this intersection day in and day out. All right.
Y'all can see it, right?
Yeah, we can see it. You said you seen 2 churches. If you want to just point it out,
I know this one. This is a church here, and this is a church here.
All right.
Both of these are churches. I don't know what this is, and this looked like some type of community center.
Salaki, sir.
Go ahead.
There might be 3 churches over there because I know there's a church of Callahan, like right down the street from there.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you, I know, also, I just so I can see it on his map a little better. You see where it says Callahan?
Not really
Shit,
sure.
you should see it. Well, but
I
anyway,
see.
like, yeah, it's like 3 churches over there.
All right, kind of. There's no sweat. All right. Now, out of all the people that has some form of knowledge and wisdom, or quote unquote have the truth, I guess, right? Just because they know they're Israelite, how do we respond to this? Where's the Christian pastors who feel like they're one with God? How would, as a community, as a nation of people, how should we respond to this? You got all these so-called leaders out there wasting their time trying to argue about stuff that don't matter. And if you ever wonder why you see us on the corner breaking down the practical knowledge of the Bible, stuff that can get somebody off of drugs, stuff that can help somebody in their financial hardship, stuff that can help them in their mental crisis, stuff that really matters. Like us losing our lives. Right? And this is something that's not foreign. It's all throughout American history where Black people were being hung on trees. And how is it in 2023 we are still seeing Black people being hung on trees? What is the solution? Are we going to continue to talk about if Joseph is the father or not? Are we continue going to talk about whether or not we should believe in the Trinity or not? Or are we going to continue to celebrate Halloween and celebrate Christmas and just say, well, it's their loss? When are us as a people, when are we going to feel enough is enough? Right? And that is recently that just happened. Right? Can you grab the one, Navon Barker?
Okay. And if I may,
go ahead, soldier.
Like you so right. For like 2 points, if I may.
Get that word.
For one, like we just showed how there were 2 churches on this block. You know what I'm saying? At least. Now, where is the Christian church to like prevent this? If it was a self-unaliving, why isn't the Christian church work? It's 2 churches on one block, on one little block, 2 of them, and not one of them could have prevented her from doing this to herself.
God.
And not to mention, my speculation that is not a self-unaliving. You know what I'm saying? Where is the protection from these 2 Christian churches? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like why are our lives devoted towards, church if they're not doing the part that the Most High told them to do, which is to protect the sheep of his flock?
Facts. God. That's their whole job. Right? The whole job is to warn the people of the wolves, of the predators. Right? Their whole job is to make sure that the sheep is protected. But unfortunately, they have failed miserably at their job.
Slack sir. One more time with the name, Baba Kushan.
Navon is N-A-V, no, N-E-V-A-N. N-E-V-A-N Barker or Baker. Either one. It should pop up once.
Yeah, Baker.
Okay, Baker. Okay. And if you could pull that article up and display that as well too, Baba Kasha.
Okay.
Right? The article that we was just reading happened not too long ago, about a week ago. 2023, Black people are being found on trees. Now, if I just follow patterns, right? If I take away whatever conspiracy that we want to place or whatever racial motivation that we want to put in place, if I just simply follow patterns, and I look at the long pattern in history of America of Black people being hung on trees, I will find one thing that's consistent with all of them. And all of it is being done by white. So I can't even say that, right? It's done by American, hateful Americans, you know what I'm saying, that go out and unalive black people. So if I look at that pattern and follow it up to today, I can only come to one conclusion. If there's a consistent pattern, I can only come to one conclusion. Right? Now look at this brother right here. If you could read the article real quick, the title.
Come. Navon Baker, black man found hanging from tree in Orlando.
In Orlando, right? Now, if you could read a little bit about this brother or the article.
Come. Navon Baker is the young black man who was pronounced dead after he was found hanging from a tree in a park in Orlando, Florida.
At a park. Guess what park it was at? Does it name the park? It don't, right?
Not right here, no.
Okay, no sweat, right? This park in particular is a popular park in Orlando. And guess what? We did a food drive at this park, Itazab. Remember that? We did a food drive at this park a couple months before this brother was found dead. A whole food drive. Remember that park? It was rocking and rolling. You remember that?
I think so. If I'm recalling the same park, I know we did a few food drives like between Tampa and Orlando.
God, it was in Orlando. It had only one small parking lot that you drive into.
I remember that part.
I think
you was there too, right? Come on.
And it had that.
Yeah, I was a young man.
God.
We was right next to the park, and like the park was surrounded by a gate.
Yup.
Yeah, okay, I remember.
God. And there was people hanging out outside in the parking lot.
Right.
Guess what? That same park we was at a few months later, this brother was found there. Now think about how busy that park was.
Yeah.
And all the people that was coming up getting the food that we had.
Yeah. Even at night.
So lucky.
Right. Go ahead.
That park is known. That's a known fishing area. Because it's a lake over there. If you look all the way to your right, it's a lake over there, and they have a boat docking where people go and bring their boats. But you can also fish over there. So that park is known to have activity over that way.
Yep. A heavy populated area. Right? If you could read on.
Come. According to the obituary, Baker died on October 5th. He was just 22 years old.
Right, in October 5th of 2020. Right, and guess what? Me and I.S.U.P.K had an opportunity to go to his ceremony. I guess they had at the park. Right, they had a candle lighting ceremony. Right, and they allowed people to come up to speak. Right, they brought a mic and a microphone out there, and they had people speak and say, "Yeah, we're gonna get justice. Yeah, boom, we're working on this case. We're gonna find out who did this. I know him. I know he was suicidal." You know, it was heartbreaking just to be there, right? And then when it was our turn to come up, me and I.S.U.P.K, guess what? You already know what we did. We had to tell the truth. And having his family there and the attorney there, right? It was a hard thing to tell them, but we had to give them a dose of reality. And the truth of the matter is that they wasn't going to find justice for this brother. Right? And when we said that, you should have seen their faces, man. The look on their faces. You know what I'm saying? Everybody just got quiet and was listening to what we had to say. You know what I'm saying? But we had to keep it a buck. Right? They wasn't going to find justice. Right? And we also told them that this ain't going to be the last time we hear about something like this. All right, and this happened in 2020. All right, and a couple years later, we're hearing another story of a black person, quote unquote, unaliving themselves by hanging themselves in a populated area on a tree. Right? If you could read on.
Come. The Orange County Medical Examiner office ruled Baker's death a suicide.
A what?
A suicide.
Look at that. They ruled it that at a park, a young brother. For whatever reason, whatever he was going through, I highly doubt he will take it to that extent. The same with the sister. Now, people do, right? Unfortunately, people do feel, you know, the only necessary thing to do is to do that, to take their lives, right? But it will not be something as radical as doing it in a public display and with a perfectly tied noose around your neck. Not just a cable, not just some wiring that you found laying around or a plastic bag, a perfectly tied noose at that. Right? Read on.
Come. But Baker's family has argued that certain details do not add up, and they are calling for a deeper investigation.
Right. This don't add up, right? It don't add up. Right? Read on.
Come. One of the details that was discussed on social media is whether Baker's hands had been tied behind his back. The Orlando PD says that body cam footage proves Baker's hands were not restrained when officers found him. The department addressed this in an updated statement on October 12th.
Right. So yeah, this is all bull crap synopsis of the story or the case or whatever they got. Right. But even the parents felt like something was wrong. Now, if you could pull up the neo-Nazi article, Baba Kashad. Right.
If I may, so
go ahead, Soldier.
Salaki, real quick.
Nah, you got it.
You know, like it's very possible that they could have just took off whatever restraints they had on him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, did they check for marks around his wrist? They just talking about body cam footage. Like, if I could, body cam footage don't even got detail. Like you know what I'm saying? It's not like you taking a detailed photo or video. You're not even looking. You're not even really. You just, like, the camera just glanced past his hands or something. Oh yeah, they're not restrained. That doesn't mean that they weren't before.
Right. And who's to say they couldn't have tampered with the body when they left? Right. Who could have? Because they didn't find him, 2 hours later after he was being hung there. It was the night after. That's when they end up finding his body there. So a whole few hours that he was hanging on that tree, right? Anything could have possibly happened. They could have came back, tied him up, untied him, did anything, whatever they wanted to do unto this brother. All right. And like you said, to base it off of body cam footage, right? It doesn't say a lot. Now, where is the surveillance footage at that? That's what they should see. All right. Or at least show the activity that was going on around that time. They should at least make that public. Of course, don't make the time where he actually, did the act, but the time that led up to it. What was the activity that was going on around it? Was there other people around? Was there witnesses around? All right. This is a huge park. I'm sure they got surveillance footage. All right. Officer Nashad said, is that the part where the people thought we was the police until they seen we was for the people? Yeah, I remember we pulled up. Man, listen, that park is be packed, man. We pulled up, you know what I'm saying? And we pulled up and they thought they mistaken us for being with the other side. You know what I'm saying? Until they seen the food on the table and seeing us being how we be. Being brothers, you know what I'm saying? And, talking to them. You know what I mean? They came up and got a meal. And we was rocking out there all day. And guess what happened a couple months later? A brother was found hanging from a tree. Right? And even at the park, as soon as you turn into the park, the tree is right there. It's a huge tree in the front of the park. As soon as you turn in. So you can't miss it. How is it that there is no witnesses? Right? I'm going to tell you why. This is something that they won't consider. Right? They make it seem like there is no correlation between the two. But there is a great correlation between the sighting of what we see from this black sister and that brother and this story right here. Right? If you could read that real quick.
Come. Neo-Nazi groups spew hate outside Disney World and near Orlando, officials say.
Right. Now, this wasn't not too long ago neither. Right here in Orlando. Right? That overpass that they're standing on is right there in Altamont Springs.
Yeah.
Right. That's an overpass I pass often. Right there. So this is close to home. You know what I'm saying? These cats came out here on that overpass spewing hatred. A whole hate group in front of, not only there was also in front of Disney. Right? You go ahead.
Come. Says the group wore clothing and bore flags emblazoned with Nazi insignia outside the entrance to the Disney Springs shopping center, the sheriff's office said. Groups of neo-Nazis and white supremacists spread anti-Semitic, white supremacist, and anti-LGBTQ messages outside Disney World and in the nearby Orlando, Florida area Saturday in the latest examples of rising anti-Semitism in the U.S.
Now, look at this, right? Now, look what we have here, right? We just pulled up a recent story of where a black woman was found hanging from a tree in Orlando, right? We also pull up a older story or earlier story of a brother found hanging from a tree in Orlando. And now we have here that happened recently where a neo-Nazi group was seen marching through Orlando spewing racial epithets, right? These are the people that nobody looked to see whether or not they got a hand at the deaths of this black woman and this black brother, right? Neither was they even arrested while they was out there marching. Don't nobody consider the danger? How do we not realize how dangerous it is for these people to do this and end in broad daylight as well, right? Without no pushback. Without no pushback. Go ahead.
My bad, not to cut you off, sir.
No, you got it.
Listen, maybe they should put you on the case. Because if you ask me, they should be the prime suspects.
Right.
They should be the prime suspects. Like any other time, they got a prime suspect when a crime is committed. You know, matter of fact, we're gonna rule out that she took her own life until we get to the bottom of this, because these people who fit the profile, you understand, like they have the history of hanging people from ropes, from trees. You know what I'm saying? They have the history, like their group has that history. Meanwhile, you know, the I.S.U.P.K, we only have the history of loving Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, and you know, charity and giving back to our communities, but we're labeled a hate group. Right. These people, their group is notorious for their hatred towards Black people. You know what I'm saying? For unaliving them. They should be the primary suspects until proven otherwise.
Right. Big fact. You know what I'm saying? You're exactly right, Worry. You know what I mean? But guess what? Your governor will consider them patriotic. Yeah. Right? These are just some red blood Americans who love and proud of their country. And they allowed to go to the streets and say whatever they want to say and showing their pride for their country.
And if I may,
go ahead.
If I could, like the president is going to tell them stand back and stand by.
That's fact.
Yeah, stand by. Wait on my order to do the next thing.
Right. You know what I mean? They're gonna tell you that slavery was a benefit. That's gonna make sure. And then when they go out there, they're gonna be like, all right, these ungrateful Negroes. Right? Somebody else said Salakia.
Come on, sir.
Go ahead.
Salaki, I'm gonna be right back as well. I gotta check something.
All right, no sweat order. You gotta work.
No, what I was gonna say is, and Orlando Police Department is right there down across town, right there downtown.
Mm-hmm.
Not even 10 minutes away from Westmoreland and Livingston. The Orlando Police Department is right there.
Right. Come. Look at that. You know what I mean? You got the whole police department right there where this sister was found hanging from.
Shalom.
Go ahead.
I got a preset, sir.
What you got, Wood?
I got Lamentations chapter 4, verse 18.
Go ahead. You get down.
They hunt our steps that we cannot go in our streets.
That's a perfect precept, Warrior. Perfect precept. Right? These neo-Nazi groups and people like the Sentes and the Proud Boys and all these pro-nationalist groups, right? They are sought out to hunt the steps of Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. They make it their obligation, even in the pandemic, because that brother was found hung in 2020, and that's when everything was shut down. I still remember when we did the food drive. It was in the midst of the pandemic. Everything was shut down. We had to go out there with gloves and face masks and pass out the food and all of that. And in 2020, he's still out there making sure that they hunt our steps. Making sure that he does whatever he has to do to destroy us as a people, man. And the main issue that grinds my gears is that don't nobody consider it as a threat. Don't nobody view it that way. Nobody see it that there could be a possible correlation between the two. From neo-Nazis marching in our streets and Black people being found hung in our streets as well, too. Right? Read that from the top one more time.
Come on. This is the book of Lamentations, chapter 4, verse 18. They hunt our steps.
They hunt our steps. Read on.
That we cannot go in our streets.
Right. We can't even go in our streets because guess what? They out there calling you an N-word, calling you a nigger, saying that slavery was a benefit for you, looking at you like you a piece of trash. Read on.
Our end is near.
Right. Read on.
Our days are fulfilled.
Right. This is what's going on amongst us, man. Read on.
For our end is come.
Right. Not by suicide. Our end is not coming by suicide. It's being done by those that hunt our steps, by the hands of our enemies. Those who had a consistent pattern of committing such an act. But hey, it's 2023. It's in the past. We should forget about it, right? Well, how could we forget about it? How could we forget about it when it's continuing happening till this day? Till this day, it's still happening. I don't know if y'all ever heard of what? Sundown towns? You ever heard about that?
So like,
go ahead.
Isn't that when you can't go into the white neighborhoods if you was colored, so-called colored, at like sundown, or you'll get like beaten to death or things of that nature?
God. That's what they turn in Orlando to. All right? They're trying to make America great again by bringing about the same ways of their forefathers. Because that's when they felt that America was great. When niggas was hiding and scurrying in their house, when they was able to lynch a Black man and get no repercussions behind it, oh, they felt great about that.
Hey, Salakia, sir.
Go ahead.
I got a little bit more on the scripture.
All right, go ahead, soldier.
Verse 19. Our persecutors are swifter than the eagles of the heaven.
Man, if that ain't prophetic, I don't know what is. Right? Why does it mention the eagle?
Because the eagle is an apex predator. It's like at the top of the food chain.
Mm-hmm. Khan, and they swoop down on their prey when their prey is not aware. And guess what is the national symbol of America?
Bald eagle.
The eagle, the bald eagle. And if you look throughout all the European countries and throughout history, majority of these European countries hold on to that eagle as well too. Because they prey on people the same way. They want to get you at a vulnerable state, and that's when they swoop in and attack. All right, and that's the spirit of our oppressor. That's the spirit of America. Read on.
Come, sir. They pursue us up. Like they pursued us upon the mountains. They laid wait for us in the wilderness.
Right. They pursued us. They could listen. Our own communities was burnt down. They pushed us into the ghettos. They push us into places to where there's little to none resources. There is only but one person that fit this category. All right, read on.
Come, verse 20. The breath of our nostrils, the anointed of the Lord, was taken in their pits, of whom we said, under his shadow we shall live among the heathen.
And we shall do what?
Live among the heathen.
Oh man, this is the result of integration right here. The fact that black bodies are still being hung on trees is the result of integration, man. Not knowing that these people that's being found on these trees are God's chosen people. This is royalty that's being harmed here. But yet they told you your blood is red and we're all equal. So let's go ahead and try to integrate with them. And you think his hatred has stopped then? His hatred has ceased for you? You think the abolishment of slavery had to do with empathy? You think the white man abolished slavery because he felt sorry for you? If I could quote, what's his name? Abraham Lincoln?
Come.
He said, I'm paraphrasing. He said, if I can maintain the union without abolishing slavery, I would do so. Right? Because in his conflict between the North and the South, and him being a part of the North and the Union and fighting against the Confederate, all right, the Confederate was holding on to their slaves. And they was gaining more and more power because they had free labor. So you know what Abraham Lincoln wanted to do? He wanted a cut of that. He wanted a piece of that. It had nothing to do with him feeling sorry for black people. If he can support the Union and help them out and make them as wealthy as the Confederates without freeing the slaves, he would have done it. But we think that it was done out of love. And since we had that thought in our mind, we thought that we could integrate with them. We thought we can join them and love them. But in 2023, nothing has changed. And guess what? I'm going to give you the harsh truth. The same thing that me and Officer Lapayah told the people there, the family members of Navon Barker. Guess what? Things will not change as well, too. It will never change. Sorry to tell you. Right? Read on.
Come, verse 21. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom.
O daughter of who?
Of Edom.
Read on.
That dwellest in the land of Uz.
Of Uz. Right, read on.
The cup also shall pass through unto thee.
Mm-hmm.
Thou shalt be drunken, and shalt make thyself naked.
Mm-hmm.
Verse
Right.
20.
God is going to reveal to you who this man really is. He's going to bring him to shame. Right. At one point, I don't know how it is now, in 2023, everybody's walking around naked. All these women is walking around with see-through clothing and they don't feel no shame about it. But back then, a long time ago, if you used to walk around naked, it was a shameful thing. Right. You had to cover up, have decency about you, class about you. All right. Because once your nakedness is real, your shame is revealed. And that's what the Lord is saying that he's going to do to Edom. You want to know who Edom is? Edom is the so-called white man, your oppressor, descend from a man named Esau who grew into the nation of Edom, or as the Greeks would say, Idumea. Right? And all these unjust killings that we're hearing about, from Navon Barker to the sister Yo-Yo, to Trayvon Martin, to Sandra Blair, George Floyd, all the killings from Emmett Till, from then to now, to present time, all of it, God is going to make sure Edom pays for it. God is going to make sure America pays for it. God is going to make sure America pays for that sister being found on that tree. Somebody has to answer for it. There should be no reason why this case should be ruled as a suicide without doing proper investigation, without these people being brought up. No reason why at all. And guess what? At that time when they was doing that protest, these neo-Nazis was doing that marching, guess what? There was the same weekend or the following weekend where that white supremacist walked inside of Jacksonville, Florida, inside of Dollar General and killed unalived 3 black people and injured up to 11, including the 3 that lost their lives. And the following week after that, these neo-Nazis was marching in the streets of Orlando. Now, you think this is all coincidence? You think this is the isolated situation? As if there is no correlation between these two? If a white man can walk inside a Dollar General and kill people for the color of their skin, what makes you think he won't snatch your black behind and hang you from a tree?
Right.
You think it's that far-fetched for a white man to do that? He's going inside your neighborhood and shooting you in the streets just for being black. Go ahead, read on.
Gone. Verse 22. The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished.
Mm-hmm.
O daughter of Zion.
Mm-hmm.
He will no more carry thee away unto captivity.
Mm-hmm.
He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom.
Right. And this has nothing to do with skin color. And that's the misconception that most people get. Right? All we is inquiring about is when are we going to receive our justice? That's all it's all about. Our justice. From all the unjust murders that we had to go and endure, the experience that we had to endure through slavery, Jim Crow, the civil rights and post-civil rights. All the lives that was lost. When are we ever going to receive justice for it? When are we ever going to receive justice for it? But guess what? God is going to bring us our justice. God is not all love. He do not love everybody. The same hatred or disdain that God had for Cain is the same thing that God feels for the so-called for America. right? I can't. There's certain words we can't say now, but God damn it for the white man, right? What was the reason why? What was the reason why God was upset with Cain? Can anybody tell me?
Salakia.
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead, Jeremy. You got it.
Cause he unalived Abel.
Right. He killed his brother, Abel. And guess what? God was upset about that. And he went and visited Cain. And he said, the blood of thy brother Abel cries unto me. And God punished Cain for it. And guess what? The same reason why God is upset for what happened to Abel is the same reason why God is upset for what's happening to us. Esau is killing his brother Jacob, and the blood of Jacob is crying unto the Lord. They're asking God, when are we going to be justified for what we've been through? The babies in the swamps are still crying out. If you listen closely, you probably can hear them. The babies that was hung on nooses are still crying out. The bodies that was burnt alive are crying out. The woman that was raped inside of that plantation is crying out.
So like you said.
When are they going to be justified? Right? Somebody says Salakia?
Yeah, you gotta say great.
Oh, great.
Great or violate.
Great or violate, right? The woman that was raped and violated in the plantation. Physically violated.
All
right. These things was done and they was never given justice for it. Now, what are we supposed to do? Are we supposed to forget about it now? All right. This is something that's it's in the past. You know, you're just race baiting. All right. If I took it off of that and I just look at the stats and look at the figures and the patterns that we spoke about, and if I compare the two, and I'm trying to figure out, all right, the level of evilness that's being done in America. And if I break it up by racial groups, and I want to see through the evilness of each racial group, who has the most killings? Who is responsible for the most unalivings? Who is responsible for the most unalivings? Go ahead.
Salakia. It's our oppressor.
Who is responsible for the most theft?
Our oppressor.
Who is responsible for the more majority of slavery?
The pink man.
The pink man. Now, if I'm just looking at those categories alone, and each time I look at those categories, it's all pointing to that specific racial group, by default, by default, they must be the wicked then. They must be the devil. Because they doing only what a devil would do. Only a devil will lynch a black woman from a tree. Only a devil will lynch a black man from a tree. Only a devil would hunt our steps, burn our communities, and feed our babies to alligators. Only a devil would do something like that.
It's a luck.
And as far as I know, the European is the only one that's topping all those categories. Right? Go ahead, Soldier.
And every nation getting so fed up with Esau. I seen September 29th or 30th of this year, China said the USA is an empire built off of lies.
Right. God. China, all these. Listen, the Lord is putting, this is what we're reading about in Lamentations. Right? That shame and that punishment of his iniquity and all of that stuff. This is what's going to happen. At the end of it all, it's going to be found how weak America really is. Because God is going to flex his true power on America. And all these countries that speak against this country, that speak against America, guess what? They're gonna want some retribution. They're gonna build up their military and feel the need to retaliate for what was done unto them. And guess what that's gonna be called? That's gonna be called World War III. And it's gonna be so much of a devastated event that America is gonna crumble and be left desolate. That's what's prophesied in the Bible, right? Wasn't our slavery prophesied in the Bible too?
Come.
Didn't that come to pass?
Come.
All right. I mean, if you could believe it, it said that niggas is gonna go into slavery on slave ships. And lo and behold, guess what happened? Black people went on slavery on slave ships. Well, guess what else is prophesied in that Bible? Oh, that's something that they don't want to face. They don't want to see that. All right. We might admit to slavery in the Bible. We might admit to countries being conquered in the Bible. But don't nobody want to admit to the demise of America in the Bible. Well, guess what? It's prophesied as well, too. Our downfall was prophesied. Well, guess what? Their downfall is prophesied as well, too. And ours came to pass. Guess what? Best believe theirs is coming to pass also. Right? If you could finish out on the article, Baba Kasha.
Kind of, sir. Me?
Yeah. Oh, who you was reading? If you could.
Somebody. The Nazi, the neo-Nazi article.
Kind, if you could, Baba Kasha.
Kind. Okay, so it says about 15 people wearing clothing and bearing flags emblazoned with Nazi insignia demonstrated outside the entrance to the Disney Springs Shopping Center, said the Orange County Sheriff's Office, which said deputies were dispatched around 10:40 a.m. According to the Anti-Defamation League, a civil rights organization dedicated to countering extremism, participants carried anti-Semitic, white supremacist, and anti-LGBTQ flags and signs.
If I could make mention as well, ADF is not in protection of black people.
Right.
There are no defense force of black people. Right. This is something that has been set up by the so-called Jewish man.
Mm-hmm.
Right. They got protection. Right. They got a league of people that making sure that nobody comes and lich or hang them from trees. Right. If I'm not mistaken, even the whole state of Israel got an iron dome around it.
Mm-hmm.
Not technically an iron dome, right? But they got a way to detach missiles that's coming and flying in they land. That's how much protection they got.
If I could
go ahead.
America made a multi-million-dollar deal with them after they made Jerusalem, they acknowledged Jerusalem as the capital.
And all that funding is going to their military, going to their protection, going to the Iron Dome, going to the ADF. But when we pass, guess what? It's a suicide. I mean, it's a self-unaliving. When we breathe, it's just, black on black crime, Oh, 3 bodies died in Jacksonville. Well, Beyonce got a new concert, I guess. I don't know. Right? Don't nobody care about these 3 black bodies that died. I mean, 2020 was a good time period, you know what I'm saying, for us to shift the gears a bit in our favor. But what ended up happening, they rocked us right back to sleep. Mm-hmm. I thought everybody was so pro-black at that time.
It's like it.
Everybody was for black people. And we marched and burned down the city and all of that. They even drew black. I got you, Itazan. If I could make mention real quick. They even drew Black Lives Matter on the street in most major cities in America. Y'all remember that? Right here in downtown Orlando, right next to Lake Eola, whatever it's called, Lake Eola. They got Black Lives Matter painted in red, black, and green on the street. Oh, it was so pro-black at that pro-black at that time. What happened? What happened to the fight? What happened to that energy? Because last time I checked, things has not even changed in our favor yet. Nothing's changed. We're still being unalive. We're still being hung. Now, what do we do? Where's Black Lives Matter at now? Where's Jesse Jackson, R. Sharpton, all these black activists at now? They all quiet. Right? Go ahead, outside Tazab.
I was going to add, it was actually billion, my bad. I undercut it. It was 3.3 billion in security assistance for Israel in 2021.
3.3 billion.
Mm-hmm.
3.3 billion.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
All to protect the lives of Israelis.
Right. All right. All right. And they didn't have to integrate. Right? They didn't have to be part of no civil rights movement. They didn't have to march. They didn't have to do none of that. They became sovereign and maintained their sovereignty, and now they're getting funded by the U.S. government. All right? And didn't they mention that the ADF is a civil rights group? Right? Meaning the rights that they getting, right? Or the support that they're getting is from the rights and the support that your ancestors had to fight for and march for and get hosed down for and get dogs sicked on them and get beat down with a billy club. All right? But yeah, they're not cutting a piece of that pie with you. Out of that 3.3 billion, you ain't getting a cut of that.
Mm-mm.
All right? And any more on that?
Come. Says according to the hold on, Salaki. All right, it says the group consists of members of the neo-Nazi groups Order of the Black Sun, Aryan Freedom Network, and 14 First, and a now disbanded group that has been absorbed into the National Socialist Movement, the largest neo-Nazi group in the U.S., according to the ADL.
Damn, the largest group was marching in Orlando. Can you roll back to this picture one more time? Let's scroll up to this picture if you could. Look at that. That is the face of evil. That is something that the OPD need to investigate. Right? They need to find this man and investigate and see what's going on. But it will never happen. You know why? Because some of these police officers are nighttime cops and daytime nationalists. Daytime neo-Nazis.
Yep.
Right? They go in those groups and they blend in perfectly with those groups. And they be the same ones after they done doing their marching, go on, put in their cop uniform and shoot you in the back. Or shoot you 20 times. Those same people. Go ahead.
If I could, real quick. This the guy, right? This the cop right here. This the cop right here in this black mask.
God, he look like a cop. Yeah, that's them cop shades.
Cop glasses, yeah.
Yeah.
He wore his work glasses to have fun. Yeah. He's a cop. That's why he's not showing his face.
Because
he gotta go to work tomorrow.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This is all fun now. He gotta wear the mask for the game, for the fun and game. And tomorrow he gotta put on that blue uniform.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Guess what, black people? The threat level has not decreased. From the time we was protesting in 2020, guess what? It's still dangerous out there for us. And we need a means of protection. Right? If I could grab a few quick scriptures, right? If I could start out first with "Thou shalt not abhor an Edomite." If I can grab that real quick. If I can get a time check as well too.
It's 8:52, sir.
Oh Lord. All right. Let me get "Thou shalt not abhor an Edomite." Right. The thing is the thing is, we don't understand who the enemy is. Right. We don't want to face the fact that these people is our enemies, and not just the ones that's in the neo-Nazi group, or not the few bad apples, right? But all of them as a whole face a threat unto us. Because at any point in time, they can switch, right? If they feel the need to switch and cleave onto their racial group, they will do so, and they will leave you in the dust with the quickness at that. But them as a whole, we have to understand as a whole that they are all our enemies. All of them is our enemies. Until we can assess the situation, we have to categorize them as such. Right? Now, we have most people that will tell you, well, it's all good. They're not all bad. You're just living in the past. Oh, you should just forget about it. It's long ago. Or they'll try to tell you what we're saying is hateful. As if we're the problem. Right? But we're going to get a true understanding of what the Bible talks about when it says, don't abhor an Edomite. Because that is the main scripture. Not to know, was it 2 days ago? Somebody posted that under the comments on one of our videos. Here we are, black people being lynched and hung on the trees. Don't nobody say nothing, right? 3 black people get shot in a dollar store. Don't nobody say nothing. But a simple old white man want to kiss our boot. You know, everything is, we all as uproar. Everybody got something to say when a white man want to kiss a black man boot. And we didn't even take it out to the full out extent that they're taking it. Black people is the most peaceful and loving people that ever existed on this earth. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. All right? And we the one that pioneered wanting to integrate with y'all. That was something that was presented by the black community. And at the end of it, all the love that we shown from marching and begging and wanting to integrate with you guys, that love was never reciprocated. And never will be. Because God has taught us who our true enemies are. Right? Can we get that scripture real quick?
I got it, sir.
All right, you got it, Word.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 23, verse 7. Thou shalt not abhor an Edomite.
Thou shalt do what?
Thou shalt not abhor an Edomite.
Right. Thou shalt not abhor an Edomite. When it says thou shalt, that means what?
It's forbidden. Like, don't do it.
It's a commandment, right? He's commanding us. Like, you shall do this. Right? Make sure you do this. It's a commandment. So this is written in the laws of God. So in the laws of God, it says, thou shalt not abhor an Edomite. The word abhor means what?
Salakia.
Go ahead.
It means to treat with hatred.
To treat with hatred, right? The Bible says, thou shalt not treat with hatred the Edomites. Who is the Edomites?
Salakia.
Mm-hmm.
Our oppressor.
Our oppressor, right? The man that you're seeing on the screen right now. That man is a Edomite. Edom, red. Right? He damn near blending in with his shirt.
Yeah, I was gonna say it.
Right? You know what I mean? Because he descends from a red man named Esau. Right? They're not really white, they're red. And that's what Edom means, red. You know what I mean? And this man, right, is the one that's ruling over us. And the Lord commanded blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians as his chosen people of God. And given the laws of God, we was told to not treat badly or treat with hatred Edom or so-called white people. Now, what does this all mean? What is this talking about? Right? Let me ask this simple question. The word love, which is all in relative to hate. You can't have one without the other. You will not know one without the other.
In America,
right?
They tell a woman, be transformed. No, they say be conformed.
Somebody is on mute. Somebody got these.
Nah,
oh, okay.
That was me. I had some.
nah, you said you gonna pull up?
Nah, it was something I had to pull up for something else.
Okay, God, no sweat. God, y'all already know you working back there. You know what I mean? But yeah, God. Right? The love, right? Let's examine love, right? Which is relative to hate. Right? In order to know what love is, hate must exist. All right? In order to understand what love is, hate must exist. And to understand what hate is, love must exist. Right? It's the same thing when it comes with hot and cold. Right? We won't know what hot is unless what?
We know what cold is.
Right. Because they're relative to each other. Now, with that in mind, let me ask this. Love, is it something that you can do or properly express only through word alone?
Like it.
Go ahead. How do you properly show that you love somebody?
In action and in deed.
In what?
In action and in deed.
Now, anybody can understand that, right? If y'all agree, put that in the chat, right? If y'all agree that love is properly shown through action, put that in the chat. Give me a con real quick in the chat. All right? Anybody, all of y'all, most of us can agree with that. Because it's easily said, right? It can be said out your mouth. Anything could be said out your mouth. But it's your actions that count. Right? Now, if you love somebody, you will show it through their actions. Now, if the basis of love is action, or the foundation of love is action, and we look to what is relative to love, and it is always going to be hate, if love is an action, that makes hate what?
Action.
An action as well too. Am I missing something here? Yeah, y'all get what I'm talking about? Y'all get me, right? Love is relative to hate. If we all can agree that love is an action, wouldn't that be the same for hate as well too?
Absolutely.
Now, what actions of hate has black people ever shown at the scale that America has shown us, has ever shown to the so-called white man? Can anybody tell me any point in American history where black people went out and massed unalive so-called Europeans?
Wow.
Show me the article of a mass lynching of white people done by black people.
Don't exist.
Okay.
Sir.
It's blocking. Blocking. And last I checked, black people only retaliated, right? Like after the so-called the pink man came and attacked us on a mass level, we've only retaliated with prayers and hugs and love.
Right. Right. Even when we're being attacked, we still respond with not the same level of response that they gave unto us. Right? And if that ain't love, I don't know what love is. All right, for us to understand what it means not to abhor an Edomite, it's to simply to understand what love is. The action of hate has never been displayed from our end at the level as what they displayed unto us. Never ever would you find in American history where black people went out and sought out to burn down a white community. Never. Never will you even ever hear about it. If that will be if that day ever happens, best believe all of Negrodom is over with. Because you think they're gonna let that slide? We let it slide on our end. And even after the fact, us being so loving and so kind as a people, we still wanted to integrate with them. We still begged and pleaded with them. When has black people ever abhorred Edomites? We have never abhorred Edomites. Neither do we even have the power to. We don't even have the systematic power to abhor an Edomite. Are black lawyers redlining Edomites? Are we cutting them off of loans? What are we doing? Are we cutting them off of food stamps? Is there over 1 million Edomites locked up in prison? Even systematically, we don't have the power to abhor them. We have no choice to love this devil. Even no matter how much we want to hate him, we have no choice but to love this devil, man. For anybody to say what we do on the corners, for anybody else out there to say, by us even calling them the devil, is abhorring the Edomite, guess what? You abhor black people, man. You hate black people. And you wish you was white. That's the problem.
Lucky.
Go ahead.
Even when that oppressor had shot up the church, our people still forgave him.
Right. We still prayed and forgave him. He shot up, killed what, 9 people? Unalive 9 people?
Con, I believe so.
And we just so welcoming and inviting that we allowed him to sit in the church during service. And during the atrocity or the horrendous act that he was doing and unaliving those people, guess what? He ran out of bullets. In the midst of him running out of bullets, instead of the ushers jumping on him or tackling him so he don't load up again and unalive more people, they just sat back and prayed for him. During the midst of this, y'all hear what I'm saying? Y'all understand what I'm saying, right?
Con, sir.
And we are looked at as wrong for calling the white man the devil, or that's abhorring the Edomite, calling him the devil, or calling for justice for those 9 bodies that was lost. That's abhorring the Edomite. Calling a criminal to justice is abhorring an Edomite. Gotta be delusional. I know white supremacy is real strong. And to think that calling them out on a microphone, there's simply 9 Negroes on a corner in a microphone, voicing how they feel through their experience of oppression in America, is hating white people. When on the flip side, all we have always gotten is nothing but trauma and pain and violence in our communities. Instead of telling us not to abhor the Edomite, when are you going to tell them not to abhor us? When are you going to do that? When are you going to get on a White House lawn and tell them to stop abhorring us? These damn devils burnt down the Capitol because they don't feel like their stance was strong enough against the minorities. So they stormed the Capitol. But when we are dealt wrong, and when wrong happens to us, we are always expected to take it. and never speak against it. Because if we do so, guess what? We are being hateful.
Lucky, sir.
When that is a lie, man. Go ahead, soldier.
Lucky, sir. I mean, what you're saying is so heavy, and it's a shame that our own people who we showing love to come up against us and love to say, "Oh, y'all racist, y'all hate white people, y'all hate white people." When all along, the so-called white man been showing you that he hates you.
Right.
He been showing you that he don't like you, he don't love you, he hates your guts. He been unaliving you since you came over here, since forever.
Fact.
But when we speak out against the injustice and speak out that we want justice, or we hating, but when they display their hatred towards us, they don't have nothing to say.
Like, you know how strong white supremacy got to be so brainwashed to think even speaking about it is hate? Like, that got to be you got to do a number on a people for them to not even want to speak about their pain, or else they're going to be labeled as hateful. That's how strong white supremacy is in America. And what are we supposed to do? Just sit back and let this continue to happen? Damn that. We're going to give you the solution real quick before we end it out. Let me get Ecclesiasticus 33 and 10. I'll tell you what you need to do, black people. It's real simple. Go ahead.
You said Ecclesiasticus 33 and 7?
And 10, Bible Shah. I think that's the right one I want.
Come, I'm going to it right now.
All right, it's real simple, black people. Right? Don't ever think that you abhorring him by speaking against the injustice that you face in America. When somebody says, well, you're not supposed to abhor the Edomite, how the hell am I abhorring him? I work for him. I clock in for him. I make sure his company is running. I carry his driver's license. I spend his money. How the hell could I abhor him? It's impossible for me to do so. It's ridiculous, man. In 2023, that we're still being faced with the same traumas that we've been facing with for over centuries, man. For over 400 years. Now another black body is lost. What, simply just because of the color of their skin? Now this family has to prepare her burial and just sit back with questions unanswered, not ever considering maybe these people have something to do with it. As if it's no coincidence that months after these people marched in Orlando, that this sister been found hanging. We got to wake up to reality. We got to wake up to reality, black people. This is our lives that's at stake right now. This ain't no game, y'all. 2020 has not changed. If you was upset back then, you should still be upset now. If you felt like burning some shit back then, guess what, nigga? You better light up, do something. Now, I'm not saying to go out and riot. You know what I'm saying? But make sure you have that same energy, because nothing has changed.
If I could.
Go ahead.
What you don't do is get high to make it go by.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? What you don't do is unalive yourself.
Mm-hmm.
What you don't do, you know what I'm saying, is give in to what they're doing is because that's what they want you to do.
Mm-hmm.
What you ought to do is fight back.
Damn
you
right.
Know what I'm saying? The best way to fight, the only way to fight is to get the Most High God on your side.
Damn right.
And that's
Damn
it.
right. Get that brother in hand, man. I'm gonna read that out the scriptures. All right, go ahead and read that, boy.
This the book Ecclesiasticus, chapter 33, verse 7.
Verse 10, Bible shot.
Oh, God. This book Ecclesiasticus, chapter 33, verse 10. And all men are from the ground, and Adam was created of earth. Verse 11. And much knowledge the Lord have divided them.
The Lord had did what?
Have divided them.
Guess what? The Lord has divided man. right? And gave them all a portion on this earth. A portion for you, a portion for you, a portion for you. Right? And the Lord cut out a portion for himself. And the portion that belongs to the Lord, the Most High God, is so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. We belong to God. We are God's chosen people. Never has it ever been God's purpose to blend all races together. Not once was that ever mentioned in the Bible. Read on.
And made their ways diverse.
He made their ways what?
Diverse.
He made their ways what?
Diverse.
The same way you have a lily and a rose. They're both plants. The same way you have a tiger and a lion. They're both felines. God made everything on this earth diverse, including man. We are not the same as him. We don't think like him. We don't act like him. His ways are crooked, and that's how the God designed them to be. And God designed you to be a separate way, totally opposite from him. Read on.
Gone. Verse 12. Some of them have he blessed.
Some of them has he what?
Have he blessed.
Who did he bless, man?
Israel, sir.
He blessed your black behind, man. He blessed your skin with melanin.
Mm-hmm.
He blessed your feet to run fast. He blessed your mind to think. He blessed your muscles to be strong. And he also blessed you with the laws, statute, commandments of the Most High. Wisdom. We are a blessed people because we are God's chosen people. Right? Read on.
And exalted.
Mm-hmm.
And some of them he sanctified.
Mm-hmm.
And set near himself.
Right. That's us. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Nobody else. Read on.
Gone. But some of them have he cursed.
Has he done what?
Cursed.
He done what?
Cursed.
Guess what? These people that's not considered God's people, guess what God did to them? He cursed them without melanin. He cursed them without the law, statute, commandments of the Most High. He cursed them with not the strength and knowledge and wisdom that you have, the speed and agility that you have. They're left without that. They were forced to live in the rocks and the mountains, the Caucasus Mountains, while you had a whole civilization of agriculture. They was somewhere in the rocks, using a rock as a pillow. I see why they so mad. Now I get it now. I get it why he's so filled with rage. You know what I mean? While you was in the field eating good off of the grapes, he had to fluff up a rock to lay his head on that night. And I'm sure he told himself, the minute I get out of these mountains, I'm going ham. He'll never want to go back. But he going back. Best believe he going back. Right? Read on.
Come. And brought low.
And brought where?
Low.
Brought low. Brought low in all things that I mentioned. Read on.
And turned out of their places.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 13. As the clay is in the potter's hand, to fashion it at his pleasure, so man is in the hand of him that made him.
Guess what? God is the one, he's the creator. You're the clay. Mankind is the clay. And God can create a portion of that clay to be for honor, and he can also make something for dishonor. He can make a portion of that clay to be a nice, beautiful vase that you put flour in, and he can make a portion of that clay to be a toilet. It's up to the creator. And that's what God did from us and them. He made us for honor. He made them for dishonor. Read on.
Come. To render to them as liketh him best.
Right, whatever he seems fit. Read on.
Verse 14. Good is set against evil, and life against death. So is godly against the sinner.
So is what?
And so is the godly against the sinner.
Guess what? Good is set against evil. Right? Evil is relative to good. They both go hand in hand. And in order to know what good is, you have to have evil. Evil cannot exist without good. Good cannot exist without evil. That's how you know the difference between the two. Well, in order to know who the godly is, you got to know who the wicked is. In order to know who the wicked is, you got to know who the godly is. Now, if we examine the two, and we put both on a scale and on a graph, and we put the acts of goodness on one scale, and we try to see in comparison to the evil that's being done by them, which one will outweigh the other?
Uh-oh, you don't want to do that.
Which one will outweigh the other?
It's a lie. That's like the line in the sand. They do not want you to cross it. They want you to cross that one.
Their evil will, oh man, listen. There's no comparison. And we're not even putting race on the table, right? We're not doing that. We're not putting whose race you come from, your bloodline, your color of your skin. We're not doing none of that. We're just looking at natural behavior, human behavior.
If I could.
And if we put human behavior from what's good and what's bad between different races, which one will outweigh the other when it comes to Edom?
Like it, sir, if I may.
Go ahead.
They look up to Martin Luther King. Martin Luther King said, judging by the content of their character.
Not by the color of their skin, right?
Right.
Martin Luther King was an American hero. They made statues of that man. Not a hero to the black community, but to America he was. And he says, judge not a man by the color of his skin, but by the content of his character. And I can guarantee you, if you look at the content and the character of white America, you will find who the wicked is. You will find the epitome of evil. Not because of the color of their skin, but by the actions that they display. Read on.
Come. And the sinner against the godly.
The sinner against, who is the sinner? What is sin?
Transgression of the law.
Right. The breaking of God's law. There is a people on this earth that do nothing that God says to do. And there's another people that was made to do what God said to do. And like I.S.U.P.K said, black people, we have to understand we are God's chosen people. And we was made to be godly on this earth. We was made to be godly on this earth. And by us joining them, by integrating with them, by believing in the American dream, we are losing out on our godliness by not keeping the commandments of God. And in result, you're finding stories of our black babies being hung on trees. So the only way to prevent that is from us to deintegrate and separate from them and turn back to God. Right? In the I.S.U.P.K, we're building the military. Right? Lord allow, I can make it where we can do something on that overpass as well out here in Orlando. Right? I want to make a good statement to these people, right? Or the better yet, a better statement in showing that black people, they have protection. right? The I.S.U.P.K is set out on protecting the black community. But we cannot succeed in what we do unless our people turn back to God. Because as a collective, God is seeking us all, not as an individual. And until we turn back to God, these devils will continue to pounce and prey on us, man. We must separate. Our life depends on it. All right. And with that, anything y'all brothers want to add, brothers and sisters? Anything? Anybody in the chat, comment?
Like,
go ahead.
Well, I was trying to catch you when you were saying like they were sleeping on the rock in the cave.
Oh yeah.
But they was bad. And I was finna say they also had to hit a woman across the head with a club in order to marry. Ain't have no game.
Right. No game. And no ways of seducing a woman.
They had to beat him across the head.
Right. Hit him across the head. That's how they got down. Right? And we look at them as they are a civilized, well-conducted people. When these people are murderers. They are what the Bible calls the epitome of evil, the wicked. I didn't say it. We just read it out the Bible. God made man diverse, and some he blessed, some he cursed. Some are for godliness, and some are for wickedness. There we go. Right? Somebody else said Salaki?
I said bars.
Oh, bars. Yeah, most of y'all. Listen, I'm learning from y'all. Hanging around with y'all rappers. All right. So with that, man, we're going to end the class. Big up. Also, Isupk, Trooper Kanak, young man Jaheem, every brother and sister in the chat. Make sure you like and subscribe. All right. Make sure you like and subscribe. You wanna run down what's gonna happen next?
Yeah, we're about to migrate over to the War as Usual podcast. All right, that's about to pop up on your notification if you hit the bell. All right, so you definitely want to go over to Fort Myers, I.S.U.P.K Fort Myers page, as well as War as Usual on YouTube. Hit subscribe and hit the bell. You know what I'm saying? Baba Gushad. Do that now if you're watching. You know what I'm saying? Let's get them subscribers up. It's a new channel featuring Officer Dawashab, myself, and Officer Lapayad, where we talk about, stories like what you just heard today. You understand? But we need the support of y'all, you know what I mean? The support of our viewers. You know what I'm saying? So get those subscribers up. Go over there right now, type in War as Usual on YouTube and hit subscribe. And I'll see y'all over there.
Damn right, y'all. So with that, Shalom, Israel.
Shalom.